This is Tim Berners-Lee from MIT. I invented the World Wide Web without having to ask anybody's permission. Hundreds of millions of people are using it freely today. I'm worried that this will end in the USA. I blogged on net neutrality before, and so did a lot of other people. But since then, some telecommunication companies have spent a lot of money on TV ads and PR. And the US House seems to have wavered from the path of preserving net neutrality. There's been some misinformation spread about. So here are some clarifications. Net neutrality is this. If I pay to connect to the net with a given quality of service, and you pay to connect to the net with the same or a higher quality of service, then you and I can communicate across the net with that quality of service. That's all. It's up to the internet service providers to interconnect to make sure that happens. And they've shown they're very capable of doing that. Net neutrality is not about asking for the internet for free. Net neutrality is not saying that we shouldn't pay more for higher quality of service. We always have, and we always will. There have been some suggestions that we don't need legislation because we haven't had it. These are nonsense, because in fact we have had net neutrality in the past, and it's only recently that real explicit threats have emerged. Control of information is hugely powerful. In the US, the threat is that companies will control what I can access for commercial reasons. In China, the threat is the government controls access for political reasons. There is a very strong short-term incentive for a company to grab control of TV distribution over the internet, even though it is against the long-term interests of the industry. Yes, regulation to keep the internet open is regulation. And mostly the internet has thrived on lack of regulation. But some basic values have to be preserved. The market system depends on the fact that you can't photocopy money. Democracy depends on freedom of speech. Freedom of connection with any application to any party is the fundamental social basis of the internet. And now it's the basis of the society we've built on the internet. Let's see whether the United States is capable of acting according to its fundamental values. Or is it, as some people have been saying, run by the misguided short-term interests of large companies? I hope Congress can protect net neutrality so I can continue to innovate in the internet space. I want to go on seeing the huge number of innovations which are happening out there and which are so diverse and so exciting. I want to see that continue unabated.
president, I intend to work with you to write the next chapter in the story of American innovation. That's part of the reason why I'm running for president of the United States. To seize this moment, we have to ensure free and full exchange of information. And that starts with an open internet. I will take a backseat to no one in my commitment to network neutrality. Because once providers start to privilege some applications or websites over others, then the smaller voices get squeezed out and we all lose. The internet is perhaps the most open network in history, and we have to keep it that way.